Hello, my Teaserking family. How is everybody today? I am fine, and I need to explain. I'm so tired of these morons trying to explain why gold is down. Like, they don't get it. It's like they'll do a show and they just don't get it. They honestly don't understand. I heard somebody just say, well, gold's down because the people have to cover their shorts in the market and cover their, when you cover, when you shout, when you margin, they got to cover their margins. And I'm like, dude, you're like so stupid. I can't watch you. I mean, okay, this is from the professor. The only reason gold goes down is because COMEX sells it, and it's only paper gold that's going down, not physical gold. Nobody in their right mind, in a highly inflationary and a war, is selling any part of gold, physical gold coins. Nobody. The Russians do not sell, the Chinese do not sell, and people like us do not sell. That is not what's going on. This is bullshit. This is based on COMEX, which is JP Morgan selling the price low so the Chinese and Russians can buy it. This is an excuse. This is not real. This is fantasy. This is the holding penalty when you looked and there's no holding penalty. This is the New Orleans pass interference that doesn't get called. This is not real. Nobody is selling a dime. Nobody is covering margin with gold. This is COMEX only. This is paper gold, which is valueless. If you have a gold ETF in your retirement, you have nothing. You do not have an ounce of gold. Just so you're clear, and I want to protect my family here, you do not own anything if you have a gold ETF. If you have gold stocks, as I do, I don't own an ounce of gold. I own the gold stock because I have a gold mine, and I'm expecting the value of gold to go up, so therefore the mine will be more valuable. That's what we have. That's all we have. Nobody is selling gold, lowering the price. The price is COMEX. COMEX is fake. They're shorting to let the Chinese and the Russians buy more. They are not. It is not. Nobody's selling. Nobody's covering margins with it. These guys are freaking morons. If you hear guys say gold's going down, it's not going down. It's COMEX. It's fantasy land. It is not real. The value of gold is still about $25,000 an ounce. We can buy it for $1,900. Thank you, God. Silver is at least $500 an ounce. We can buy it for, I just bought some for $30 an ounce. Thank you, God. It is not dropping because people are selling. It is not dropping because people are on margin having to cover. It is not dropping because of anything. It isn't dropping. It's going up. It is not dropping because the dollar is worth more or the interest rates might go up from the Fed. Gold is not going down. The Russians are backing their ruble with gold, and they want gas and oil getting paid in rubles backed by gold or gold. Do you think the price of gold, the real price, is going down? Hell no. There's a Chinese gold exchange. Watch that. I'll get more information on that. Then I'll tell you more of the real price. Gold is not going down. Silver is not going down. COMEX, JP Morgan, is lowering it so they can buy it because of what's happening. It is not market driven. Do we understand that? Market driven is the Jerry Rice rookie card for $100,000. the supplier and the demand, so the people, so the buyer. So I have the card, and people are willing to pay $100,000 for the Jerry Rice rookie, the Joe Montana rookie, the Walter Payton rookie, the Tom Brady cards, the Michael Jordan rookies, $1 million, the Mickey Mantle cards. That's when people are willing to pay for it. Gold is not. Gold is forced down. People will pay much more for it, but they're keeping the price down. So it's really at least a $25,000 thing. But people are confused, going, well, wait, if it's so, why is it going down? It's not going down. There is no going down. You got to understand, gold is not going down. The paper market, COMEX, is going down, not the physical market of gold. And when I tell you to buy gold, I'm telling you to buy physical coins and bars at your coin shop, and you're paying why do you think there's premiums on it? So we get a bargain. I mean, go buy. I can't wait to buy this weekend. I get paid Friday. I'm off to buy, because that's, you got to be kidding me. That is a steal. I mean, it's going down. It's a joke. It's not really going down. Yes, it's COMEX going down, not the market going down. So please, I'm begging you, understand that. You're going to make a fortune only if you own physical gold, not your IRA ETFs. You will not own any gold, and you will not make, you might make money because the ETF might go up because of the value of gold that's about to go through the roof, but you are not going to make, if you think you own gold, you think you own an ounce of gold in your ETF, you don't own anything. So you're being conned, and you got to be careful. I'm here to help you and tell you that is what's going on. And I hate when people say, well, I can't give advice. Fuck them. You come to the Teaser King. I will walk you through it and teach you. So this is exactly what's happening. Gold is not going down. Silver is not going down. The COMEX paper price fixed referee in the New Orleans, Minnesota game is lowering the price, but nobody is selling. Nobody's covering margin with it. It's not going down. Forget looking at technical trends, because it's fixed. You cannot look at a technical trend. If somebody goes on YouTube and you look at a guy and he starts pulling out a chart and he says, oh, it's price fixed, this and this, it's bullshit. It's not real. There is no, you cannot trend price fixing. It's kept down, you can only trend the market, the free market. I can trend the Jerry Rice card. Yeah, it was 60, now it's 100. I can trend that. I cannot trend when it's this and the demand is here. You can't trend it. All I can say is it's bullshit. And you got to know and trust the Teaser King, because I will not lie to you, and I'm here to help, just like I do with football, just like I do with baseball. I am not here to make money. I am here to save and rescue all my family, and I am telling you what's happening. Go buy coins, go buy bars, buy whatever you can afford now. Now is the time. You get out of stocks. I heard people, oh, it's a good time to buy low. No, do not buy stocks. Stocks are going down. They're going down because of inflation. Costs go up. You cannot pass all your costs to the consumer. Even though Coke and Pepsi think they can, they can't. Even though gas is now $4.39 a gallon. You can't make it $20. Why is it $25 a gallon? Because nobody could afford it. So there's a point you can pass it on, and there's a point you can't. Most of this you can't pass on. Now, fortunately, I eat a lot of fruit and veggies, and I eat a lot of meat. And I haven't noticed anything. My broccoli is $2. I just bought broccoli, $2. A pound of chicken or turkey from the deli was $8. That's what it's been. I'll buy steak. I'll buy the steak that's $9. That's what it's been. I'm not paying $22 for steak. I don't give a fuck. And I buy a lot of roast, because roast tends to be $5 a pound, and you buy 3-4 pounds of it, and you have freaking, instead of hamburgers, you have roast for 5 days or so. Feeds the family, and it's tasty the way Teaser King makes it. Just watch a lot of Gordon Ramsay. He teaches you. That's what's happening in gold and silver. Do not think, oh shit, it's going down. They keep it price fixed down on purpose. It can't last much more because Russia is now getting their rubles backed by gold, wanting gold for their gas and oil, and the Chinese have a gold exchange. And that's what we're going to look at. We're not going to look at COMEX, and we will get a fair price for gold, at least 25,000 an ounce. That's what the real price is. So don't get scammed by this. Oh, the gold went down $20. It's not real. It's not a real price. If I told you Jerry Rice rookie card's now 1,800, not 100 grand, well, you look at me like I'm nuts. You'd go, well, it's worth 100 grand. I'll buy it for 1,800. That's what you have to do. Okay. That's your class on gold and silver today. It's COMEX. Nobody's selling. Nobody wants to sell. Russia and China never sell an ounce of gold. And that tells you all you need to know. We all hate Putin. He's an asshole. He's a terrible man, but he's smart in the fact he knows to buy gold, or at least the Russians are smart to buy gold. They know the value. No, I do not like Putin, I am saying, but in that regard, he's to buy gold is very smart. Okay, NBA. Oh, on Sunday, Teaser King, you are a genius. Sunday, Dallas plus 2.5, backs against the wall at home, down 2-1, W. Philadelphia minus 1.5, down 2-1, must win, back against the wall, W. So 2 W's in the NBA on Sunday. We now come to the yesterday. We had the loser in the Boston-Milwaukee, another W. Golden State, Memphis. I think there was an injury there, so we got to be careful. But I think they still covered, but I didn't pay attention. NBA tonight. Now, the backs against the wall have switched. Miami's laying 3.5. The series is tied at 2, and Phoenix is laying 5.5. The series is tied at 2. Now everybody will go, "Well, look at what Dallas did. Look at it." It's bullshit. They did it at home, and as I've told you, the role players play better at home. They will get the points. So, like Maxey for my, I think it was on Miami. No, he's on Philadelphia. He went off. He won't go off tonight because he's on the road. So, the lock. This isn't a lock, but this is a very strong play. Backs against the wall now are Miami minus 3.5 and Phoenix minus 5.5. Why? Because if they lose, they go down 3-2 and they must win. And then they got to go on the road for game 6. And then it's over, right? If they lose tonight, it's over. They must win tonight. The other teams won their 2. And they're happy. Now they go back to game 5 and they go, well, we can lose. We still got game 6 at home. Bet a go down on Miami minus 3.5, Phoenix minus 5.5. Backs against the wall. They must win. They cannot go down 3-2. Just focus on backs against the wall. Don't focus on, well, Philly won the last 2. It don't matter. The game is not in Philly, and the game is not in Phoenix. The home team, this is where they come through. They come through now. They'll come through game 6. We're going to bet. We hope Miami and Phoenix wins. Then we bet the other 2 to win game 6 home, and then the home team to win game 7. And that's what normally happens. All right, let's get to baseball. All right, what do we got? The Tigers actually won a game today. They had a 1:00 game, if you can believe that shit. And they won 6-0. I didn't play the game because I didn't know who was pitching. Game 2's already in the 3rd inning, so let's ignore Detroit, which I already did. LA and Pitt, we got Gonsolin for the Dodgers, 2-0 with a 1.64 against Wilson for the Pirates. 0-1 with a 3.79. I like the Dodgers here. You got an ace pitcher going, the 1.64 ERA. They're good on the road. So now what I've done is I look at average. I've looked at ERA 1 through 6 and 7 through 9, and then I've taken it to a step further, home average and road average. So let's take a look at the Yankees. They got a 248 average, but not really. At home, they have a 270 average, and on the road, a 225 average. So I don't care about the 248 average anymore. And we're getting enough games in that we can look at it. So when we look at the Dodgers and the Steelers, we look at the Dodgers with a 234 batting average, but a 1.80 ERA and a 2.76 ERA and a pitcher with a 1.64 ERA, which is more important. But I'm looking at the bullpen with the 2.76, a 234 batting average. Pitt at home has a 242 batting average, and their starter has a 5.13 ERA against, and their bullpen's 3.80. So I like the Dodgers there for those reasons. Milwaukee, Cincinnati, Patera for Milwaukee, 5.09 ERA against Hunter Green for Cincinnati, 8.71 ERA, over under of 8. I'm locking Milwaukee over 8. When I look at the others, Milwaukee, they hit 222 on the road, which isn't good, but their ERA is 3.19, their bullpen. And then we get to Cincinnati, the worst team in the league. They hit 230 at home. Their ERA is 6.27, and this starter is 8.71. So they're going to give up a lot of runs. We can't bet on Cincinnati. Milwaukee, we can't trust the 5.09 ERA. So we say, screw that. We go over because neither team has good pitching, and they'll hit enough. And these batting averages are a little tweaked because with the stupid money ball and the guy is trying to get walks and trying to tire the pitcher out, you see a guy hit 220, but he gets 10 walks. So he's really hitting 240 because you count the walks as singles, except for when the bases are loaded and you need a hit. He can't deliver because he can't hit. He can basically just walk. The Yankees in Toronto, we got Toronto Kikuchi, 4.35 ERA against Cervano, 2-0 with a 3.75 ERA. I like the Yankees for reasons stated. Again, they're at home. They hit 270 at home, a 2.52. Well, the ERA is 3.75 from the starter, but 2.77 for the bullpen against Toronto, who hit 231 on the road, and their ERA, their relievers, 3.56. The starters, 4.35. This is what I like. I got the starters. How is the bullpen? And because the games change so much, where they pitch 5-6 innings, and then here comes the bullpen, this ERA 7 through 9 is beautiful because I know what the starter's going to do, but he's not going to be there that long. So take the Yankees. The Mets in Washington. We got Carrasco, 3.3 ERA against Corbin, 7.16 ERA. I think everybody knows who I took just off of that quote. I like the Mets over 8.5. I'm not, Carrasco is 2-1, but a 3.3 ERA. Washington, So let's look at it. The Mets bullpen is 3.62, and they are on the road. They hit 2.59. They hit 258 at home, 259 on the road, 3.62 ERA and a 3. That's why I'm not taking the Mets. But what does that say? There's going to be a lot of scoring. And Washington at home, they only hit 191, but their ERA is 3.53. This guy's got a 7.16 ERA. So I got to like the Mets by 3 or 4 runs at least. And again, the over-under is only 8. Vegas is way out of their minds. I like the game over. Boston, Atlanta. We got Whitlock, 1-1 with a 1.25 ERA against Kyler Wright. For Atlanta, 1.74 ERA. 2 super studs. I like this lock under 7.5. Why is the spread that? Why is the line that high? I love this game under. You have 2 pitchers with a sub-2 ERA. Let's get into it. Boston on the road hits 221, The only problem with Boston's their ERA in the bullpen's 4.92. So you got to hope this guy goes 8 innings. Then Atlanta at home, they hit only 230 and they got a 3.04 ERA. So they should keep it close. And again, with the ERA, with your bullpen, it could be deceiving. You're down 10 runs, you don't bring in your star. So I think Boston will bring in their star. I can't trust either of them to win, but I do like the game under. It's a lock. Houston, Minnesota. I got Verlander, 1.93 against Ryan with a 1.63 ERA. This is a lock under 7. Houston hits only 216 on the road with a 3.06. I expect Verlander to go 8 innings here and shut him out. Minnesota, on the other hand, hits 226 at home, less against Verlander with a 3.81 ERA. So this game should be 2-0. And I like the lock under 7 here. This is a beautiful Verlander, Ryan. Verlander will definitely shut him out, and that'll be the end of that. Baltimore, St. Louis. At the time, they didn't have anybody, so I couldn't make the pick. We got Bradis with a 5.40 ERA for Baltimore, and Naughton, who doesn't pitch a lot, has got a 0.00 ERA, but I don't think that's from pitching. So if we take that out of the equation, now they got the over-under at 8.5. So let's look at Baltimore. On the road, they hit 223. They only hit 227 anyway, with a 3.93 ERA. So this could get high. St. Louis, they hit 242 at home with a 4.32 ERA. Yeah, I like the over in this game. I don't have my pen. It's over there. Take this game over 8.5. Baltimore, St. Louis. Kansas City, Texas. Keller for Kansas City, a 1.74 ERA. Perez for Texas, a 2.25 ERA. I like this game under 8. Texas, KC under 8. If we look at it, Kansas City on the road hits a whopping 2.04 with a 5.78 ERA. Texas at home hits 2.20 with a 3 ERA. So I don't love KC's ERA. And I did take it under. Again, here's where you get a little deceived. The starters are 2.0 ERAs. But when you get to the bullpen, you got a 3, and then you got a 6 with Kansas City. But neither team hits. KC's a 2.04 and Texas 2.20. So this should stay under. Cleveland against the White Sox. Cleveland, Quantel, 3.54 ERA against Galato with a 3.20 ERA. I like the game over 8. Cleveland, they are on the road. They hit 2.55, which is real good, and their bullpen's 3.38, which is average. The White Sox hit a whopping 2.14 at home with a 3.36 ERA. So what did I say? Cleveland over 8. Yeah, the starters, it could go either way. But what I liked is that the game yesterday, there was a lot of runs in it. And so I think the players are starting to hit. And when I see these two pitchers, nothing excites me about going under with the game. So I like that. I like the over in this game. Tampa Bay against the Angels. You got Corey Kluber with 2.36 ERA against Detmer's 5.32 ERA. I like Tampa Bay. I'm betting on Corey Kluber. Tampa Bay on the road hits 2.62 with a 3.33 late ERA against the Angels, where are they? They hit 2.34 at home at the 3.80. I love Tampa here, absolutely. Philly, Seattle. You've got Nola for Philly, a 3.38 ERA against Robbie Ray with a 4.38. And these teams hit. I like this game over. Philly over 7. Again, the ERAs are high and the over-under 7. Well, let's see if we can figure out. Philly on the road hits 2.40 Their ERA is 4.50. They're going to get up runs. Seattle at home hits 2.63, and they got a 3.79 ERA after the starter. So definitely fireworks in this game. Over under a 7. Jesus Christ, that's ridiculous. The Bears against the Chargers. I love it. You got Wade Miley hasn't pitched against Clevenger, 0-0 with a 5.79 ERA. I like this game over under again a 7. I got Miley, who hasn't pitched at all for the Bears, and Clevenger with a 5.7. So they should score a lot of runs. Let's take a look at it. Again, the Cubbies. They hit 238 on the road, and their ERA is 3.39. And the Chargers hit 205 at home, and their ERA is 4.50. So I wouldn't bet the Chargers, and their pitcher sucks. We don't know what we're getting with the Bears. So I like the game over. Take the Charger Bear game over. Only 7.5. It's 7 now. This is a joke. I don't know where they're getting these over-unders. They're a joke. All right, the Dolphins play the Cardinals. Well, I can't say Cardinals because they're St. Louis. Arizona plays the Dolphins in Arizona. You got Lazario, 3.08 from Miami against Baumgartner, and he's down to 1.50. I love this game under. Miami, let's see if I should play Arizona. Miami on the road only hits 216 with a 3.08 ERA, so it's a pretty good ERA. And Arizona at home bats a whole 166 with a 4.84 ERA. That's why I can't take Arizona. You're not going to get any scoring in this game. That's why I love this game. Take Arizona under 8. Look for Baumgartner to go 8 or 9 innings. It's going to have to. Their bullpen 4.84 just sucks. So take Arizona under. We can't trust the bullpen, and they don't hit. So if they don't hit, they won't score. Baumgartner will shut out Miami because the pitcher can shut out the hitters. Take the game under. In the last game, Colorado and the 49ers. You got Senzawida, 3.75 for Colorado. Alex Wood, 4.38 for the Niners. Kaepernick Garoppolo is out, and the new quarterback, Brock Purdy, is going to be playing. We're going to take Brock Purdy over 7.5. Take the Niners. The Niners, Broncos over 7.5. 4.38 ERA, 3.75 ERA. Colorado is a good hitting team. Let's see them on the road. They hit 230 on the road with a 4.97 ERA, so their bullpen sucks. But a 281 average at home, that's just crazy. That's all the little pop-ups going for home runs. San Francisco hits 243, and their ERA is 4.60 by the bullpen. This game's definitely going to go over, and it's only 7.5. What a joke. I mean, it could be more than 3 locks. I mean, I got 3 locks. I could make 6. What a joke. So let's see. Is anybody on with the Teaser King? I do see an audience, but I don't see any comments. If you have comments, please ask. We'll go through the locks one more time. We are locking Milwaukee over 8, Boston under 7.5, Minnesota under 7. We're thinking Verlander in a shutout. We'll go through all the games. We like the Dodgers. Milwaukee over 8's the lock. The Yankees, the Mets over 8.5, Boston under 7.5 lock. Verlander under 7 lock. Texas under 8. Cleveland over 8. Tampa Bay. Philadelphia over 7. San Diego over 7.5. Arizona under 8. And the 49ers over 7.5. That is tonight's baseball. What else can we talk about? So you got baseball, you got the basketball games. Real quick recap. We love Miami minus 3.5 and Phoenix minus 5.5 tonight. Backs against the wall, and we are so far 2-0 with Philadelphia in the series and 2-0 with Dallas, both winning at home with backs against the wall. See, When I do backs against the wall, I'm the only one who does it. Everybody, well, I like, oh, Miami's the dog, because they look at the 2 home games. It's freaking ridiculous. These people, there's this BetMGM radio, and once in a while, I can't stand it. They're a bunch of morons. Oh, I like Miami as a dog. Fuck, they got the back against the wall. They're going to kill them. Like, what part do you not see? These are people that only do math. And they look at the math and go, oh, they're dog, I'm taking them. They are not looking at the reasons and the thought process that goes in what the Teaser King does. The Teaser King's saying the back's against the wall, they must win. You got backs against the wall tonight with Miami and Phoenix. They must win. Tomorrow we take whoever lost in the Boston-Milwaukee and bet them. I don't know who won yesterday. I think it's 3-2. Or no, it's 2-2. Golden State's 3-1, but you got an injury there, so we got to be careful with that. But depends where the game's at. We might like Memphis if it's at home. If it's not, Golden State will win it. But that's what you got to look at is what's the point of the bet, and this point is backs against the wall, meaning they have to win. The other team doesn't. Now both Philly and Dallas are relaxed, going, okay, we've tied the series. Now we go on the road, and now they're totally screwed because now their thought process is screwed up. They had to win. They were focused. They're at home. The role players played better for them and worse for the visitors. Now we go back, and now the role players for Miami and for Phoenix will play much better, and the role players for Dallas and Philly will not show up, and that's what happens on the road in the NBA, especially in the playoffs. So that's the NBA. That's the Major League MLB. I did cover the draft on Sunday, but I'll do another draft one because I didn't really label it draft. I just happened to get into it and go from there. My thought was the best quarterback went to New England, Zappy from Western Kentucky, far, far better than Pickett. Far, far better than Willis. And then I thought the second best quarterback was Brock Purdy. He was really good at Iowa State, but doesn't get the credit because they run the ball, they play conservative, they play a good defensive brand of ball, so he doesn't throw those numbers up. He's a 4-year starter, and he's very good. Frisco got him. Watch him take over for Garoppolo. Not this year, but now that shows you what Trey Lance. Again, the Teaser King said Trey Lance sucks. Any of these quarterbacks, Trey Lance played 1 year, sat out 2 years, and you think he's going to be the number 3 pick in the draft? Are you insane? At North Dakota State, he's a superstar? Are you kidding me? Anyway, we've talked about gold. COMEX is fake, so when it goes down, you don't pay attention. Once it gets off of COMEX, you'll see the real gold price, and it'll be $20,000, $30,000 an ounce. Absolutely. I'll call it a lock, and I know how everybody likes my locks. That's a lock. That's where it's going. COMEX cannot control the Russians and the Chinese owning it all, wanting the price to go up. They can only control. They're covering their shorts. So they make a lot of money in this whole little game of shorting it, covering their shorts. I don't fully understand that part of it, but that's what's happening. So you have that going on, and it's just it's not good. It's just it's all pretend. So it's like if I told you, I'll sell you the Jerry Rice PSA 10 rookie for $1,800. It goes for $100,000, but I'm going to sell it. See, the difference is you don't know gold's $100,000. There's no eBay for gold at $100,000, but it is. The Jerry Rice, you know. So if you could get the Jerry Rice for $1,800, everybody would buy it. What else? Poker. I'll recap my poker on Friday night. My one hand that I handled it pretty well, but after it, I was pretty pissed. So what do I tell you if you get check raised and you're the aggressor? So let's put that in. So I get ace king, $2. I play 1-2, no limit. $2, $2, $2. I look at ace king, and I don't look at my cards till it's my turn. Nobody's getting a read off of me. So I'm sitting there like that. You want to look at me? Go ahead. I haven't looked at my cards. And then I finally look. I bet 15 on the ace king. And I'm thinking, okay, if I don't hit, I fold. And if I hit, well, it depends. I'm the button. So if it's check, 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 I'll bet 20. And if everybody falls, then I win. And if if I get a call, then I'm in trouble if I don't hit my ace king. So the flop comes, ace 8-6. I get my ace, check, check, check to teaser king. Here's the first mistake. I make it 65 instead of 25. Well, why, teaser king? The pot's $60. Why would you bet 25? Because I'm playing smart. Normally, not in this hand. Normally, I'm betting 25. That's enough to get the checkers to fold if they have nothing. If they hit the ace and they got ace 10 or ace jack, they'll call. So I get all the information I need at a discount. If they come over the top and check raise me, then I can get out and I've only lost the $40. It's about not losing a lot more than winning a lot. So what happens? Check, check, check. I make it 65 instead of 25. Fold and fold, which I knew was going to happen. And then the last guy I assumed was going to fold makes it 200. I've been checked raised, but I don't realize I got lost. I got lost thinking I acted first or second. I didn't realize he checked too. So I thought I made the bet and he's raising me, not check raising me. That was my excuse. That's what I'm going with. Bad excuse, terrible play, but that's what happened. I was checked raised. I should have folded right away. So first of all, it should have been a $25 bet, which would have got everybody out. He goes, now maybe he doesn't make it 200, maybe he makes it 100. Either way, when he check raises me, I'm going to fold. But because I make it 65 and now there's 120 in the pot, he makes it 200. See, if I bet 25, he probably makes it 150 or something. Either way, why am I calling? I'm not even thinking, why did he just check raise me? Which obviously he's not bluffing. He was a Canadian guy, so I didn't think he's bluffing anyway. I'm not asking myself, why did he bet 200? I'm not asking myself, why did he check raise me? This is what happens when you're tired and you say, well, it's Friday night, I'm going to play poker. And I call the 200 like an idiot. Why did he check raise me? I never asked the question. I didn't realize he did check raise me. I thought I was fine with my aces with the king. Turn comes 7 or some bullshit. He goes, I got $50 left. He goes $100 all in. I have no choice at that point. I've already put in, a 15, a 6. I've put in 80 plus whatever got it to 200, another 130. I already put in 210. I can't fold for the last $40 or $50. I call. I turn over ace king. He turns over ace 6. He's hit aces and sixes. So if I can get a king, I can win, but I can't. I didn't get a king on the river. So again, yeah, I could get pissed that how could you call 15 with ace 6? But because I was the button and there was call, he's kind of priced in. He's getting 4-1 on ace 6. He thinks I got a pair. He doesn't know what I got. When the aces and 6 comes, he says, well, I got to be ahead. Even if I had kings or queens, I got aces now. So first mistake, not the 15 pre-flop, was the 65 on the flop. And then not realizing I was checked raised. That was the second mistake. So had I just went 25, and then he check raises me 100 probably, I fold because he just checked raised me. Now the other tell was before I put my last 50 and I look at him hard and he's nervous. What the fuck? I said, did you flop a set on me? And then he takes a drink. My other tell that I tell you about. When they take a drink, they got it. So I put in my 50 knowing I had lost. I'm very disturbed. What the fuck did I just do and get myself into? But I can't fold the last 50. I could have caught a king and won, but I'm not counting on that. I'm like, what the fuck does this guy have? And then he turns over the ace-6. So not only did he check raise me, he took a drink, 2 tells that say I'm fucked. And I was. And I lost. But to my credit, I got up and left because I had played my 300 and left. Now, if I'm in Vegas and I make the 15, I probably do things a little bit more. I probably make it 30. Vegas is almost double of Detroit. So if you got pocket aces in Detroit, you bet 25 and you maybe get 1 or 2 callers. In Vegas, you get the whole table calls you. So if you got pocket aces and you want to play heads up pre-flop, you got to make it at least $50 or $75, and you'll get your 1 or 2 callers. It's a more action, more money city. Especially I play at Caesars or the Venetian a lot. So I'm going to bet it. So if I'm at Caesars with aces, it's 50. If I'm in Detroit with aces, it's 25. You want 1 caller. You got them dominated, but you just do that. Now, in a normal hand, if I got aces and it's in Detroit and I bet 25 and I'm heads up, the flop comes and he's first to act and he checks and I make it. This is why I make it 25. I make it 25 because now if he check raises me 100, I fold. If he just calls, then I know I got him. And otherwise he folds. But if I get the same information as if I were to bet 100, right? So if let's say, okay, I got my aces, I'm heads up, the flop comes, he checks. Now let's say I bet 100. I don't win anything more. He's either going to fold or he's going to check raise me. If he check raises me, now I lost 100. I bet enough at the 25 for him to fold if he's got nothing. And if he hit kind of a pair, he'll just call me. Then I know I got him. I get more information with less risk betting 25 on aces than I would if I bet 100. I don't get him out. I get him out for 25. Maybe I want him to play. Maybe he's got queens or jacks or something. If he does, then he's going to just call me. Only a check raise, I know he's flopped a set or 2 pair. So that's my point. So why risk more? You don't want to risk more. There's no reason to bet the 100. He's going to fold. If he missed, he's folding. If he's got a pair of 4s, he's folding, right? So to bet 100, I'm only going to get check raised by he flopped a set. So now I'm out 100. But if I keep it at 25, he's going away or he's going to check raise me. And if he check raises me, I'm going to fold because that's the teaser king way to play it, like the back against the wall. He thinks I got a big hand. He's not scared of me folding. He's going to try to maximize. He's greedy. He wants the 100. That's the sign to me. Get the fuck out. Aces are no good against the set of 6s or whatever. That's how you play poker. You minimize the risk because there's times you're only getting called when you're beat. There's no reason to put out a big bet. You can put out a small $25 bet, and if he folds, fine. If he calls, you know you've got him. Maybe he's on a draw, and that's the hard part. Does he have a pair of 9s, or is he on a flush draw or a straight draw? Because virtually 90% of the flops are pretty much straight draws. It's 9 and a 7 or queen jack, or there's 2 close cards out there which could lead you to a straight more than flushes. So you got to keep that in the consideration. Now the other time, and I told you about the week before, I had the caller. I had exactly what I wanted. So I got queens, and the guy calls me. I make the next bet. He calls. I'm not getting check raised, and I'm not getting raised. He's calling me. And so therefore, I know I can make a bigger bet at the end, get the call, and that's where I was making my money. Once I rivered a straight, I had like kings, and I got the ace on the river, which gave me a straight. And again, the guy makes a little bet. I raise it. He, of course, calls. I've got the nuts. I can't lose. So be careful. It's all when they say you're playing the player, that's what they mean is I'm watching his bets. I'm seeing if he takes a drink. Anytime they watch the football game, so you're playing and you're in a hand with the guy and he's watching the game or he's watching TV and he isn't paying attention to you, he's got you crushed. All right. Do not call this guy because he doesn't care. He knows he's got a full house. You're dead. So if you see the guy watching the TV, you're taking a drink, fold your hand. That's all there is. That's all I can say is every time that's happened to me, and I'll watch it, and when I'm not in the hand, any guy that just leans back, takes a drink, he's got it. If they watch the TV, they've got it. I know I do that. I flop quads. I'm watching. I don't give a shit on the table. I'm watching the TV because I don't want to, I'm trying not to look. The other thing I do is I look at the middle. I look at the chips. I don't look at the player. I don't want to give anything away. Occasionally, if I have a full house, I'll knock my chips over on purpose to look nervous. And I have gotten calls on that. And then I turn over my boat and I kill them. But generally, I'm just sitting there like this, looking down. What else? Stock market. Do not buy this to get the fuck out. Hold on to your cash. You've got to understand it's just beginning. The market's just starting to drop. It is not bouncing back. The market is not a $30,000 thing right now. You've got massive inflation. You got a freaking war. Prices are going up all over. I just saw gas at $4.39. It was $3.99 a week ago. So the fuel cost, so the drivers pay more and they're shipping you your goods. That's going up. You cannot pass the cost to the consumer. If Coke makes their price, they get a little bit greedy at $2.29. If Coke goes to $4 for a 2 liter, ain't nobody buying it. You don't need Coke. Yeah, it tastes good, but I'm not paying that for it. I don't really drink a lot of pop anyway, so I mostly water, tea, and coffee with no sugar and no sweetener. I'm on my incremental fasting and all that stuff. So that's where I'm at with it. You can only pass the cost if the market will bear it. So it all comes back to the market. What does the market say? How much for a clicker? How much would you pay? $10 for it. You want to market 100, nobody will buy it. So there's things that are that the market dictates, that even though your prices go up, you can't pass them on. You can't just make everything. You can't make gas $20 a gallon. People will just drive to work and they won't go anywhere else. And you just, it's shitty, but that's what happens. So if you notice, they're raising it a little bit, getting you used to it, but really, why aren't they just marking at $25 a gallon? Because they know the market won't allow it. You can't charge $25 for a steak. Nobody will pay it. I've seen it. At my place where I go, the New York strips went up to $20. Next thing you know, they're on sale because they can't sell them, and now they're back to 12 or 13. That's what happens. The market prices what you can charge. So even though your costs go up because it's inflation and the value of the dollar is worth less, and the shipping costs because the guy's got to drive the trucks, his prices went up. He's charging you more. The market won't bear it. You can't raise your prices. So what does that do? Guess what happens to your stock? It drops. Why? Because your earnings are down. Your costs went up. Your revenues did not go up because you couldn't charge more, or the people don't have enough money to buy your iPhones for $1,000. And so your costs go up, your revenues stay, your profit drops, your stock drops, and that's what's going to happen. There's no good news coming out that I would tell you to buy stocks now. It's dropping. It's going to drop a lot more. It's really going to be it'll be 20,000 at least. So it's at 32. It'll be 20. Now, the only thing keeping it up is that the Fed is printing money to buy stocks. That's not their job, but they're doing it. So as COMEX is keeping the price of gold down artificially, not the real price, they're also keeping the stocks up. But again, that's going to run out. See, you can do these fake things for a while, but you cannot keep doing it. And then gold's been price fixed for a while. Oh, in 2008, I'm buying gold. There's inflation. Well, gold's went up a little bit, but why hasn't gold really gone 30, 40,000 an ounce? And that's been because the Chinese and the Russians want to buy it and suppress the price and this COMEX price fixing. So if you understand it's being price fixed, but that can't last. Eventually, the fiddler's on the roof. Eventually you can't keep it down. You got to pay the piper, and that's what's happening. So what you got is now the dam's bursting. They won't be able to hold gold down because there'll be just too much demand, because Americans don't understand gold. So I got my money in stock. Right now what's happening is the Japanese yen has collapsed. It's going out, but they have US dollars. So they're selling their dollars to get money in because their yen's worth, it's 130 yen to a dollar. That's worse than the freaking ruble only went to 150, but it's normally 70, 80 bucks. The euro's next. So if you want to go to Amsterdam, wait about 3-4 months and it'll be, you won't be paying 60 euros will not be $70 anymore. That's what's happening. So the euro is the next one, and that's forcing the US dollar up. Now there is absolutely zero that the US dollar's up, so gold's down. Again, that is not what's happening. It's got no correlation whatsoever that the US dollar's down, therefore gold goes, or the US dollar's up, gold's down. Or interest rates going from 1/4 point to 3/4 points does not create the gold market to drop. It's an excuse. It's COMEX dropping the price so China and Russia can buy more, because China must own Goldman Sachs or Russia. I'm assuming the mafia's got Jamie Dimon by the balls saying, sell. And they're making a lot of money. They play a little game, and I don't really understand it, but they short it and they drop the price and then they buy it, and it's all fixed. They're making billions of dollars by doing what they're doing. Therefore, you just pay off everybody. But eventually you need to actually have the physical gold to do it, which they don't have, which they won't get. And eventually China and Russia are going to want the price to go up. So this only works a little bit, but it's not going to stay. But for us, it's perfect. I'll go out and buy another ounce. I bought 1.25 ounces of gold the last 3 Saturdays. I'll buy another one this Saturday. That's the only problem at $2,000. And I would have bought more quarters and halves, but he didn't have any. So my guy, who always has somehow, had no quarters and no halves. He just had ounces. So I bought 1 ounce and I bought some silver. Buy the silver. I'd rather buy 1/4 ounces than silver, but I got a lot of silver and I can always use more gold. But that's what's happening with that. So again, the stock market, do not think it's low. I'm going to jump in and make money. You're not. Forget it. You do not jump in now. You give it another couple of months. It's going to be there. Your currency is not going to be worth anything, right? The American dollar, you got 50 grand. It's going to be worth 10 grand. So you're fucked anyway. So you have to buy gold because you can't lose. It's a lock. The dollar's purchasing power is dropping. So gold value should be going through the roof, but it's being pushed down. But the dollar's dropping. So if you hold dollars, you're losing value anyway. So if you put it into gold, even if it's price fixed, you're still okay until the shit hits the fan and it goes through the roof. So that's what's happening. So you can't be in US dollars. It's being inflated, and that's what the inflation means. You lose the purchasing power. They're printing it, and when they print it, it's worthless. So you're 50,000 in US dollar in the bank. First of all, you won't be able to get it out of your bank. Secondly, it won't be worth 50,000. As you can see, everything's going up in price. That's not really what's happening. It's the more the value of the dollar drops, it costs more because the dollar's worth less. So if you just hold it in dollars, you're fucked. Absolutely. You got to get it out of the dollar, but where do you put it? You can't put it in stocks. You can't put it in bonds. The only place to put it is gold. You cannot put it in euros or yen or Swiss francs, because all the dollars are doing the same thing. They're all being printed and being inflated. This is what's called Keynesian economics, socialism. They think it works, but it doesn't. I'm Austrian. I'm the other side. I understand what's going on. That's what's going on. That's why all these countries, that's why you can't put it anywhere. You buy your gold and silver and stop worrying about COMEX price fixing. Eventually, it's going to go through the roof. And you can't lose because the dollar's dropping anyway. So you can't do it. So do not buy stocks. Do not buy bonds. The dollar is a temporary fix because of the yen going down and out in Japan, leading to the euro going down and out. And therefore, that's going to flood a bunch of U.S. dollars in, which is going to make it even more inflation, which is going to make gold go even higher because the dollar's worth less and less. So the higher the dollar goes, the more the inflation is. It's not good news, it's bad news. And that higher makes your dollar worth less, but makes gold go through the roof. So it's getting there. Do not look at COMEX and think, oh, gold went down $20 today. Did not go down. It went up, but you can't read COMEX. You gotta. I think China has this exchange, and I'll tell you next time. And that's the real price of gold, not this COMEX bullshit, J.P. Morgan price, so they can play games behind the scenes. They do not own physical gold. Do not be in ETFs. Do not. Gold stocks are fine, but they are not real gold. I'm buying a gold mine that I think the price of gold is going to go up, the stock will go up. I do not think I own an ounce of gold in the gold mine. I do not own an ETF because that is absolutely no physical. The only gold that's going to save us is physical coins. Silver and gold is the only thing. Do not be in ETFs. Do not be in this IRA. Oh, you can buy gold in your IRA. That's bullshit. That is not physical. You must own the coins or the bars, like James Bond. Own the fucking bar. It's the only way to survive. Otherwise, we're all getting the crap shit kicked out of us. What else? So let's go through the locks again. NBA, Miami laying 3.5, Phoenix minus 5.5. Jump on it tonight. Baseball locks, Milwaukee over 8, Boston under 7.5, and Justin Verlander under 7 are the 3 baseball locks. I was 4-0 on my locks on Sunday. I needed help. I had San Diego, and they were down, and they hit a 3-run homer in the bottom of the ninth to go 4-0 on the locks on Sunday. I always love when that happens. What else? What else can I talk about? I don't know. I think that's about it. But anyway, NFL draft. I did the Sunday show has the NFL draft in it, but I just came into it, so I'll do an NFL draft one tomorrow when I do the baseball. So economy is crashing. We know that. The only way to protect yourselves is gold and silver. We know that. We know gold and silver is fake price. We know that. Baseball, we got. Basketball, we got. Football coming up. Be very careful. There's going to be a lot of unemployment because as the companies don't make their numbers, they have no choice. They can't. The market won't let them raise the price. So they'll have to lay off people because the companies never lose money. So what'll happen is the costs go from $1 to $1.50. They can't raise price 50 cents. A lot of people don't have the money anyway, so they can't afford it. So the company's got to keep the price, but the company doesn't lose money. So what do? They cut their costs to offset the material increase and the gas increase. They lay off people. So they cut costs that way. All companies can either do is raise price or cut costs. And since their material costs are going up, they cut labor. So you'll see unemployment start going. So just be careful. Keep some extra money around. I know we don't want a lot of money, but we need money for rent and food and stuff. Keep money there. Apparently there's going to be a food shortage in the summer because of this war. The Ukraine supplies a lot of wheat and rice. and corn, and they can't with the war and the pesticides. So there's a lot of increase. Well, there's going to be increases, but there's going to be a shortage of that. So please go fill your freezer up with some vegetables or anything, meat. Again, how long is that going to last you? Maybe an extra month, but just be careful there. So you got prices going up. You got food going to be hurt in the summer once this war. I don't know. I think the war. I read where they going to end it in September. I don't know what Putin's doing. I don't know if he's under orders from the Chinese to have the war. I think once they realize Ukraine's winning, everybody's supplying the Ukraine with weapons so they can defeat Russia and get them out of the way. I don't know. But Russia doesn't want to fight. They're just like a team that, they're in last place and they don't have no desire. And that's what I think is happening with Russia right now. So we'll take the Ukraine and the W in that one. Lay the points, take the Ukraine. Talk about backs against the wall. That's where I got it from, is The Art of War and the backs against the wall. So if the guy's gonna die and he's in a war and that's it, his back is against the wall, it's do or die, he'll do it. If he's pushed to backs against the wall. So that's where I got it from, but it works wonderfully in football, basketball, baseball, any of these sports. But you don't have back against the wall too much in baseball, except for in the playoffs. But it's too much depending on the pitcher. Here in the basketball, tonight you got Miami and Phoenix back against the wall. It's a team and they're at home, and that's what you want, is backs against the wall in a sport like that. I think I covered everything that I can cover. Please be careful. Please understand gold is not low. It is going through the roof. It is COMEX that they're looking at, which is paper money. It is not the physical, and that's what we care about, is the physical. Do not buy stocks. Do not buy bonds. Get the money out of the U.S. dollar before it goes out, or you can't get it out of the bank or anything like that. So that's my diagnosis. www.teaserking.com. Everything I say is a lock today. I am telling you what's happening. It is not an opinion. It is not a guess. I have my master's in finance. I understand economics. I understand gold in the market very, very well. And that is what is going to happen, not a guess. Football, as much as I know it and as good as I am at it, is still somewhat of a guess, but I'm looking at history and I'm Georgia under against Michigan, even though obviously I'm anticipating it. I pretty much know that's what's going to happen, and it does. So that's where I'm at with the football. I have a real good thing. This I know is going to happen. So anyway, please be careful. Go buy your gold and silver. This is a gold on sale day. This is not, do not get frustrated. This is not, oh shit, gold went down $20 because the dollar went up and then people have to pay their margin. If you hear that on any of these shows, immediately give them a negative and immediately get the hell off that show. You are not learning a damn thing from shows like that. They do not know what they're talking about. They shouldn't be on. And people that are naive don't understand it. But that's why I am on here and explaining it. So now that your eyes are open, you know exactly what's going on. And it is not for the reasons these idiots are telling you. And people will believe it, and that's the problem. And then I'm not going to buy gold. It doesn't go up. It's not supposed to go up. It will go up, but it doesn't work like a stock. There's no earnings, but it will go through the moon. It'll be at least 50,000 an ounce. Now it's going to take a little bit. It doesn't happen tomorrow. But look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin hit 30,000. It was 50. I thought Bitcoin's supposed to go through the roof. Oh, there's inflation. Bitcoin's going down. It's not going up. People are getting out of Bitcoin. The problem is everybody's getting into gold, but because of COMEX, nobody realizes that. So they think, oh, gold's going down. I can't get into gold. Or, okay, if you got Bitcoin and you just sold it because the price went down, where did you put your money in? freaking stock market? Really? You bought Microsoft? Come on. So please be careful out there. Most of the shit that you're being told is wrong. I'm the only one, me and a few others, that actually know what's going on, that actually tell you the truth. There's no coding. I do not make a nickel. I am not telling you to buy gold because I own a company and I make commission on you like some of these morons do. I am not doing that. I don't get a thing out of it. Just like football, I charge a small fee, but I make a lot of people a lot of money from what I get tips, I get emails. You made me $5,000. That makes me feel. That's why I'm doing it. This is all. There's nothing. There's no cost. It's to help. I owe it to my customers to do that. Anyway, have a good day. I'll be back tomorrow with tomorrow's baseball. Good luck and have a great day. Please be careful. Do not buy stocks and buy your gold and silver. It's on sale. www.teaserking.com. Please feel free to email me with questions or comments. Be happy to help. Okay, everybody. Have a nice night.